Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your January 2022 love reading. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season, and I hope you have an awesome new year as well. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge of the gap spread, and the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Ace of Staves. So this is the equivalent to the Ace of Wands. So at the very least, it looks like you had some passionate desire toward this person. But with the Ace, it might have just been more on the mental plane as opposed to you actually, expressing that desire and communicating with this person and actually taking action toward it. But yeah, it looks at the very least there was some desire in the past. Alright, past position on their side. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy. King of Wands, which is Leo energy. And Knight of Chalices, which is Pisces energy. So, seeing these energies here, I feel like this is saying that this person was actually taking, tangible physical effort toward the connection between the two of you. I feel like they were the ones that were probably taking a lead within the connection as far as expressing their feelings and just taking action toward you. I feel like they might have been waiting for some reciprocation on your part because, like I said, it looks like you had the desire, but it feels like, from what I'm seeing from these cards, it looks like they would have been the ones taking most of the action in the past. Alright, present position on your side, we have the Seven of Staves, which is Leo energy, and Balance, which is the equivalent of Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. So yeah, it could just be saying that for some of you might have felt like this person was coming on a bit too strong, which is interesting because, like I said, it looks like the passion was definitely there on your end in the past too. But I don't know, maybe something about their approach you thought was a bit overwhelming, and maybe you're hoping for a bit more of a balanced approach from this person, to maybe you just wanted to see if there was more substance behind what they were offering than just the passion behind it. That's certainly one way I could see it playing out. For others of you, could just be saying that while we were in Sagittarius season, you guys might have actually struck the balance with each other and actually figured out a way that worked between the two of you. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Eight of Chalices, Pisces energy, and Three of Wands, Aries energy. So yeah, I feel like this could be saying that for some of you, if you do reject them again, which definitely looks like a possibility with that Seven of Staves, it could just be saying that from there, they might try to take the hint and just wait a bit to see, if you do come back around, because the Three of Wands energy is, in traditional tarot, we refer to it a lot as the waiting for your ships to come in energy, just from the way the guy's looking out over the water and there's some ships in the distance, so it looks like a merchant. But that could be what it's pointing to for some of you, which is to say that they'll make another effort, and if you were to reject them again, I feel like this is saying that they would still have the desire to be with you, but they might just take a more passive role and leave the ball in your court at that point. Trying to see if anything else comes to mind with this, but I think that's about it. All right, and future energy on your side, we have Sacrifice. So this is actually the equivalent to the Hangman in traditional tarot. And so I can see that playing out a couple different ways. For one, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in January that starts out in Aquarius, which is your 9th house. So sometimes you can see things from a higher perspective with transit through that house, especially with a retrograde at that. So for some of you, might be reevaluating, do you see the potential for this connection or not? For others of you, with this representing Pisces energy, there's the fact that Jupiter will be in there pretty much at the very end of December and obviously all throughout January. So it could just be pointing to that as well, which is to say maybe now you have some career situation that's going to pull you away from the connection. But yeah, either way, it looks like there could be a bit of difficulty to actually physically making this connection happen. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy, and the Hermit, Virgo energy. So seeing these two cards, I feel like this is saying that they're feeling rejection, right? I mean, we can kind of see that for sure with the cards, especially right here, that Seven of Staves with that Eight of Chalices on their side. So could just be saying that they're still feeling a bit rejected, right? And they might be assuming that because you are rejecting them, that maybe there's someone else in the picture. I'm not really picking up on that. It looks like, if anything, maybe it's more of a career or oriented situation that's going to pull you away from the connection. And let me see what else comes to mind with this. This could be a timing thing too, which is to say, maybe around Pisces season when we have the Virgo full moon, maybe this thing will come back up again for review. But yeah, that could be what it is primarily, though, that they might start to assume after a certain point, okay, well, if Gemini keeps rejecting me, maybe they have someone else in the picture. And like I said, it's not necessarily what I'm picking up on. Although I will say, pretty sure your love reading for last month was unavailable, so it could just be a continuation of that, which is to say you're just not really open to this connection right now. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Six of Arrows. So this is Aquarius energy here, and usually represents moving to calmer waters, right? So if you have been going through, maybe that's even what it is. Maybe for some of you, this is unrelated to the connection directly. You've just had other things that have been pulling your focus away from the connection. So if that's the case, it could just be saying that as we move through Aquarius season, you might actually be able to lighten your burden in that regard, and that might leave the door open for the connection potentially. Beneath that, we do see Three of Cups as well. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where you might have a lot of demands on your time right now, and you just don't have the energy to put toward the connection, but that might be changing in your future. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this is them almost being at a bit of a loss, right, as to how to approach you. We do see the fire in the background, which would represent the passion, and we see the ways, reaching toward her, but he looks really reluctant to actually put his hands on her. So they could just feel like, okay, I don't know what to think with the connection with Gemini at this point. So it could definitely benefit from some communication at the very least. And then beneath that, we do see the Six of Cups. So yeah, this looks like a person you definitely had some kind of history with, and it looks like they definitely do want to reconnect. So maybe that's what this is. This could just be an ex of yours, and now with the Venus retrograde and also the Mercury retrograde that will be happening in January, they might just be coming back into the picture. That's possibly what it is. But like I said, I don't really see you in another connection necessarily. It just seems more like you have maybe career-related things going on, or just something else in general that has your energy not really focusing on love at this time. All right, so moving on to your oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get for the Moonlight deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, but I'm going to be looking for jumpers here. First, we'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. If nothing comes up that way, I'll actually just pull a card, but we'll see what we get. Okay, got one there. And next we'll, already got two from their side. All right, so that was easy enough. But let's see what we got on your side. Okay, it says rendezvous. I want to see you. So yeah, I mean, for some of you, maybe that really is what it is. That could explain why there's that desire there, but also the reluctance to move forward. It seems it could just be that you just have a lot of other things on your plate right now. So it might not be due to a lack of desire that there could be some rejection. It could just be that there's other things going on right now that have your attention. And on on their side, we have guilt. It says, hurting you was never my intention, but now it's hurting me too. Okay, well, that could certainly add another layer to why some of you might be pushing this away, right? If there was some kind of conflict in the past. I didn't necessarily pick up on that from the cards in the spread at least, but with this card, that does give more context to why you might be pushing it away. So I'm sure that'll resonate for at least some of you. And we have respect. It says, you deserve the best, and I respect you. I want to do the right thing. Okay. Well, I mean, at the very least, I do see them being persistent for a bit, right? And then, like I said, it looks like they might start to give you your space with that Three of Wands. And then, like we said, seeing that Five of Pentacles with the Hermit card there, I feel like that's saying that they'll feel a bit rejected and assume that you have someone else in the picture. So, I mean, if this is someone, I mean, obviously, the point of the spread is to look at your main love interest. So if this is someone you're interested in, it might not hurt to let them know if you do have other things going on. Now, I understand if they did do something to cause you to split to begin with, that's a bit of a different story. But if there wasn't like a, tumultuous past between the two of you, but you're just focusing on other areas of life, it could help to just communicate with them that that's the situation. All right, but lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and see what that has to say. So same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here I'm just looking for one card with general advice for us to wrap up with. All right, this one doesn't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what we got. Okay, we have By the Book. There's the artwork, and the number is 11. Okay, it says abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The Oracle's message: the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So interesting message there, because even if this is, like I said, for some of you, what's pulling your energy away from the connection might not be directly related to it, just maybe possibly work or some other area of life. So that might resonate with you guys in that regard, because that Seven of Wands in that regard would make me think of a bit of a rebellious type energy there. All right, the relationship message says getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find a middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. So interesting message there, because that makes me think, of course, of the balance card that we see in the present position. So yeah, like I said, it looks like some communication would definitely go a long way within this connection. But like I said, it totally seems like you might have other things going on for the time being, and it's not directly related to this connection that's pulling you away from it. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. Once again, hope you're having a good holiday season and Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.